What's up everybody, ArrgThePirate here, and today we're gonna play a little Anubis in the mid lane. Now I'm working on making that mid lane guide, so I've been playing mid lane quite a bit, and Anubis is, guys, he's so strong, and he's a very easy hero to pick up. But first, let's go over his build. Now I have Mage's Blessing, Chalice of Healing, Aegis, and Shoes of the Magi, or just Shoes for that beginning build. And then I'm going to build into Shoes of the Magi, Polynomicon, Typhon's Fang, Bancroft's Talon, Spear of Dissolution, Rada Tahuli, and then those situational items. If you're taking a lot of damage, go for Hide of the Urchin, Mantle of Discord, Stone of Binding, something along those lines. And really, guys, with those first three items, you get your lifesteal up. You're very, very hard to kill. If you're using abilities, you're going to be healing all that right back up. Now let's briefly go over Anubis' kit. Now his passive is Sorrow. All of Anubis' abilities steal physical and magical protection from the target, and he gains increased scaling to items that have magical lifesteal. In addition, Sorrow grants Anubis an additional 30% reduction to crowd control duration. That is crazy. But first we have his number one, Plague of Locusts. Anubis basically spits stuff out, and if you're using my the cop skin, it's pepper spray. But it's a very short range, and if you aim it just right, you can hit the entire minion wave with it. Guys, when you use this, that lifesteal goes up like crazy. Mummify. Anubis fires a bandage projectile, mummifying and stunning his target. This is just a straight AoE, or a straight CC, where you can stun somebody and then hit them with your 1 or your 4 and just get crazy damage like I do there. Grasping Hands is his 3. Now, this is a AoE circle that you place on the ground that damages and slows its targets. And it's got a 25% slow, as well as it's got pretty high damage, and again, you will get lifesteal off of this. So if you're hitting an entire minion wave, boom, you're back to full health. Lastly, we have Death Gaze. Anubis focuses all his energy into a piercing gaze, doing damage to all enemies in its path every 0.1 second for 3 seconds. This is a channeled beam that does crazy amounts of damage, and if you've got any sort of lifesteal, you're probably not going to die through it. It is absolutely insanely strong, and you can spin in circles. Now, one thing about Anubis is his 1 and his 4 make him stop. You cannot move when you're using those abilities, and that kind of deters him. But again, if you're stacking a lot of lifesteal, you don't need to move. You just spin in circles and you'll kill everybody and stay at full health. Now, so far in this match, we've started out very, very strong. We're 2-0-2 at just a few minutes in, and we end up rotating over to that duo lane, and we're gonna pick up another kill there. We're starting out very, very strong, guys. And although, you know, we have missed a little bit of farm here and there, that's quite all right. You know, we've gotten tons of kills so far, and this is absolutely huge. You know, that's making up for any missed minion camps. And, you know, I stayed in that duo lane to make sure it stayed out of tower and let my ADC get back in lane. And then from here, I'm just going to head over to mid. Now, I want to make a very fast rotation because the enemy Anubis is under tower, and you see I'm able to hit him with that stun and then ult him. Guys, he didn't stand a chance. I mean, he was just deleted. And we're going to go ahead and go burn this wave down, you know, kind of get rid of the rest of our mana. We want to get that wave down as quickly as possible, and then I'm actually going to back so I can start building into some other items. Now, if you are playing an Anubis, one thing to be aware of there are certain items that are anti-lifesteal, which can really hurt you. But the amount of damage you're capable of putting out is absolutely huge. So even if a hero has something like an anti-lifesteal that reduces your lifesteal by 40%, that's quite alright, guys. You're still going to get a ton of lifesteal, because with that Death Gaze, you're doing so much damage so quickly that, you know, your lifesteal is going to be way, way up there. And unless they just have 4 or 5 heroes that have a ton of lifesteal and like a ton of armor, you're probably going to live through it and get a kill. And if you see here, you know, we're just rotating around, guys. We hit that stun, we drop that grasping hands on the enemy, hit that stun, and then either hit R1 or R4, and we're just stacking up these kills. It's crazy. Now, through all my playing, one thing I have not really found a great counter to Anubis. He's so strong, guys. I just haven't found an amazing counter to him. And, you know, I mean, you see, I'm just running around and instantly, you know, one-shotting people. His damage is insane. And, you know, not only is his damage very, very high, but with that lifesteal, you know, he's very, very hard to kill as long as he's doing his abilities. And since most of his damage-dealing abilities are channeled, you know, as long as he's hitting somebody, he is getting health back. And you might be hitting him, but he's not really going to notice it. I really do feel, you know, I am new to Smite, so, you know, I don't know if this is how Anubis has always been. But I personally kind of see an issue with Anubis with the amount of lifesteal he has right now. If you stack those 3 items, you know, you're the best tank in the game. And everybody's trying to kill you because you're the highest damage dealer in the game. You know, it's crazy. So, you know, hopefully we will see a little bit of adjustment on that. But as of right now, stacking those 3 lifesteal items, which, guys, lifesteal does cap at, I believe, 65%. So there's really no reason to, you know, put 4 lifesteal items on there. There's just no real reason to do that. 3 is more than enough. Now, coming up, we actually get our first death, and you're gonna see I'm gonna get quite a bit of damage on 2 heroes. If you see here, I'm going and ulting this Anubis, and I'm able to take him out, even though I was standing on his grasping hands. You know, he rooted me. I'm still able to take him out, and we end up going down to Bakasura, who was hitting us in the back. And, you know, that's crazy. So you can see he does a lot of damage very, very quickly, and the best way to, you know, once you have your cooldowns, you know, just like any mage, once you're on cooldown, you want to make sure that you stay safe, you know, get behind a tower, or, you know, just get out of lane. Just play very cautiously, because once your cooldowns are up, you know, you don't have an escape, so get out. Now, Death Gaze does have a set range, so getting into the right position to use it to where if someone does have an escape, you can take them out is absolutely huge. And if you see here, my Death Gaze comes online. If I would have put down my crawling hands or grasping hands, or if I would have just walked forward a little bit before I used that Death Gaze, we would have definitely taken out Uller there, but unfortunately he gets out. And if you see there, you can kind of position yourself to hit that entire wave with your Plague of Locust, and, you know, that's just one more wave clear you have instead of constantly using your grasping hands. Now, we are doing absolute work in this match, you know, at not even 10 minutes in, and we're 6-1-4. You know, we're doing work, guys. And, you know, the enemy Anubis, you know, he came in, he was hitting me a little bit, but that's quite all right. We ended up winning that poke trade, really. And you can see here, he's backing up. Instead of walking forward, he turned around, and our Bologna's actually able to take him out. Guys, when you're retreating, turn and run. It's just like in Paragon, where if you walk backwards, you're going to have a very big penalty. There are a couple of heroes that have, you know, a passive that allows them to move differently. For someone like Medusa, she actually only suffers, I believe, a 40% penalty instead of that full 100% of that penalty. And, you know, she has that strafe as well. So just knowing that, you know, you definitely want to engage, or when you're disengaging, you definitely want to just turn and run. If you turn around, 95% of the time, you're going to die. Now, me and Thanatos were able to secure gold, and, you know, that's huge. And, you know, we're 31-7 right now at 11 minutes in, or 12 minutes into this match. You know, we're having a decent match. We're actually going to end up going down here. I was trying to out-lifesteal the Anubis, and, you know, I just don't have quite enough yet. Even though I do have a pretty big lead, our Thanatos was able to capitalize on that and take out Anubis after that ult, though. So that, you know, we ended up trading, so it wasn't the worst that could ever happen. Now, once I spawn in, I'm just going to kind of look around, see where I need to go. You know, I do have my second lifesteal item on the line, so, you know, I in a sense, became more tanky. And I'm going to end up picking up Red, and then Bellona's here, and you see Thanatos is chasing her. I'm going to get ready to deal with Thanatos. Sure enough, we're able to take him out. You know, we missed quite a few abilities there, but, you know, hey, we ended up trading that, which, you know, taking Thanatos out, shutting him down is definitely a big play. Now, every time I've ever gotten to a standoff under a tower like we are now, we 95% of the time lose it, but we are at such a huge advantage at this point. You know, we're 11,000 gold ahead, and, you know, we're able to stand off a little bit better, and you see we're able to heal that Raw ult right back up. Now, Raw played support, so he is very under-farmed. You can see at level 9, he's still not able to clear an entire minion wave, which is absolutely huge. You know, that really, playing Raw, you need to get that farm. And Thanatos ends up going into that fight, so we've got to head over there to support him. We end up ulting right away, and we're able to almost take out Raw, but we do end up getting that Anubis kill, which is huge. And then we end up taking out Uller and that Thanatos. The damage, guys. The damage, and you can see I'm still at full health. And you see, we took that tower poke, boom, we're right back to full, and we're going to end up pushing this tier 2 down here in mid. Now, we went to go push into this Phoenix, but, you know, with the enemy team showing back up, it's still very early into the game, and so the death timers are still pretty short, so you just have to be aware of that. But we're going to go ahead and start working on that Bancrofts, and then we're actually going to head to the solo lane to get it pushing in the right direction. You know, Uller has been pretty much steadily pushing this lane, so we want to make sure that, hey, we're pushing back. And sure enough, you can see we're taking that tower hit, but with that lifesteal, we're just going right back up. I'm not, like I said, guys, I don't know, but I think the lifesteal on Anubis is a little high right now, and I would definitely like to see some balancing done with it, because it even if you are running anti-lifesteal, it almost does nothing to him. And with his damage, you know, it doesn't feel like a fair trade. It feels like, hey, if you're going to run anti-lifesteal, you might be able to get him down to half health, but he's still going to kill you. So, well, I really hope we see some changes, but, you know, is what it is. Now, I'm going to come in behind the enemy team here, and we actually wipe them out, guys. Oh, what a great play. You know, the damage, you know, I'm very, very fed at this point. We're 11-9, and, you know, it's 49-11. You know, we've definitely kind of ran away with this match. So, you know, hey, is what it is. This was a pretty fun match, and, you know, I'm sorry for the enemy team. You know, I know y'all guys weren't just having a blast, but thank you for at least sticking it out. Now, we do end up shoving that mid Phoenix down, and from here, you know, hey, there's not a whole lot of point in showing up further. I'm going to go ahead and get that wave pushing into the Titan, so they actually do have to peel a little bit. And then I'm going to head over to our solo lane and get this one pushing as well. Now, me and Cupid are here. You know, we're kind of working on the tower a little bit. I'm going to go dive this Raw, see if I can take him out real quick. Sure enough, we're able to take him out. And, you know, we did take a little bit of tower poke, but look, right back up, guys. and then we're just going to continue to keep this pressure up. The enemy Anubis is showing up, and, you know, the first one to get that root with that ultimate is the one that's going to win. And they actually end up surrendering after that kill. So we finish the game 13-9, you know, which is a bit ridiculous at 17 minutes in, but hey, you know, it was definitely a fun match, and thanks guys for sticking in there. You know, I really appreciate it. Well, that's gonna wrap it up for this Anubis guide. What a god, guys. What a god. His lifesteal is insane. Well, if y'all did enjoy, show me some love, leave me a comment, think about subscribing, add me on Smite, guys. I'd love to play with y'all, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.